Now this is a modern Western. Hello Fanatics! I'm Dylan Phillips, and this is the Film Fanatic Review bringing you Hell or High Water with Chris Pine, Ben Foster, and Jeff Bridges. First, I'll start off with my initial thoughts and what the movie is about. Then I'll move on to some spoiler-free likes and dislikes. I'll finish up with some spoiler-heavy thoughts on this film and our final word. Overall, this movie is an extremely layered Western thriller, one that I thoroughly enjoyed. Hell or High Water is about two brothers who come together to rob the banks threatening to foreclose on their West Texas ranch. There were a few things that I liked about this film. For starters, we got career best performances from Ben Foster and Chris Pine, while Jeff Bridges continued to be Jeff Bridges. He gave us a mix of his character from True Grit and The Dude. On top of that, Gil Birmingham's performance as his partner is great because the banter is perfect for a film like this. The cinematography and editing of this film helped to build a slow rise of this thrilling narrative. Now, in most heist films, you expect high intensity and lots of action, but this film is the complete opposite, and yet it beautifully pays off. The score is great, filled with country music to give you that good Texas vibe, and to top that, this film blends both thrilling suspense with comedic timing. The best part to me was the story. The dialogue, characters' progression, everything felt so real, and the pacing felt natural. These were some of the best full-bodied characters of the year. As for what I disliked, there was a few things if I nitpick. For starters, I wasn't a huge fan of the chemistry between Ben Foster and Chris Pine. Both of them are great actors in their own right, but together they just didn't seem to mesh as brothers. I also wasn't a big fan of the accents. It seemed a little overdone and at sometimes muddled. The last thing that irked me was the amount of lens flares used throughout this film. I can understand using it to symbolize the heat and sun of Texas, but those huge spots on the screen got distracting after a while. It felt like J.J. Abrams had come in and directed some of the scenes. And that's where I'll end my spoiler-free thoughts on this film. If you want to hear my final word or rating of this film, pause now and click the link in the description, because now it's time for spoilers. Okay, so the story of this film is so good. In most heist films, you don't really know why the robbers do it, other than to get more money. But this movie has such an emotional and impactful story. The fact that these two brothers come together to rob the banks that stole their mother's land in order to pay the banks with their own money to get the land back is such a typically Western tale. It has such a Depression-era vibe that not only coincides with the Western genre, but a lot of society today, and I love that these filmmakers decided to make a story about this. I also love the final act. Whether it's the sniper scene or the final scene between Bridges and Pine, both of those were hair-raising. So, with the thoughts heard, here's my final word. Hell or High Water is a brilliant Western thriller with an engaging and emotional story, supported by well-acted dynamic characters and confident pacing. This film is a great showcase for what a modern Western can be. It was way better than I expected. From the dialogue and characters to the story, everything just seemed to click. So I'm going to give Hell or High Water a 9. Thanks everybody for watching my review. Are you planning on seeing Hell or High Water? Or if you've already seen it, do you have something to add? What did you think of the performances? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Dylan Phillips, and this has been the Film Fanatic Review. If you liked this video and you want to see more, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Check out our latest Fanatic 5 video, where we discuss the best James McAvoy films. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. We post new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. Until next time, Fanatics, keep it real.